Hey everybody, it's Steph. Welcome to the very first Technology Thursday. Today we're going to be working with something called a microbit. Okay, it was made by BBC. They had this big project called Make It Digital. Okay, and in 2016 they gave 1 million microbits to students across the UK. All of the year 7, so that's grade 6 for us, students got one, and it was this huge digital literacy initiative, and it's since grown worldwide. We use them all the time. All of our other Actua Network members use them in their programming as well. Sometimes you see them in schools. Okay, they're a really great tool. They're relatively inexpensive when you think about the grand scheme of all the technology that's out there that we can use. Okay, so we're going to go through. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what a microbit is, how to get you started, and then we're going to walk through how to create a name badge so that your microbit displays your name and a cool icon afterwards. So, first things first, we need to go online and we need to go to the microbit.org website shown here. So we're going to go into this. We're going to go up to the top and we're going to go Let's Code. Okay, this gives you a couple of different editors that we can use. We're going to use the Make Code editor first because this actually has the simulator in it. Alright, so we've come to this page here, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on New Project. This is our Make Code editor screen. It's got a couple of different parts that we can look at. So on the left hand side here, we actually have this microbit simulator. Okay, so it's going to do everything that we code, and it's going to show us there in real time, which is pretty handy. Right in the middle here, we have all of our blocks, all of our functions. So this is the code that we're going to use. So if you use Scratch or some other type of block coding program, it's the same idea. So when we click on each one, again, all color-coded to help us organize our thoughts. Okay, but we've got basics and then we've got different blocks that we can use. So these blocks, we're actually going to be able to click and drag into our kind of editing space. Okay, so this is where all of our code is going to leave, and you can see that it starts off with two kind of buttons right here. Okay, so we've got an on start and a forever. So what these are called, these are going to be part of our bounding loops. So if you hover over a block, it's actually going to show you what it does. So this says it repeats the code forever in the background. On each iteration, it allows for the code to run. So every time it goes through it, it's going to read it from start to finish. Okay, so we're actually going to use this one. So we're going to drag it over here right in the middle. Okay, so we're going to make a name badge. So what this is, we're going to start off and we're going to go into our basic tools. You'll see that there's a whole bunch of different blocks that we can use here. And we're actually going to start off with this one, show string hello. Okay, we're going to click, we're going to drag it. You'll see that it's going to be bounded in yellow because we've got it selected. If I drop it somewhere randomly in our space over here, you'll see that it's yellow and hatched out. Okay, we don't want that. We want it to be blue or solid. So what we're going to do is we actually have to put it in here, and it'll kind of snap right there for you. Okay, and right away you notice that our simulator starts going. Okay, and it's actually scrolling through. So there's the HELLO exclamation mark, just like we said here. So a string, when we're talking about code, is actually a word. Okay, it's bounded by these quotation marks, and that helps us know that it's this solid thing and it's not part of the actual code. Okay, so we want show string. A string is just a word, and we can change that here. So in this, we've got it looping forever, which means it's just going to continually say hello forever and ever and ever until I close the page. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually change it. So this is a variable, which means that we can actually go in and customize it. So instead of saying hello, we want to make a name badge. So my name is Steph, so we're going to write in Steph, and then we're going to press enter. And you'll see that our simulator now says Steph. Pretty handy. Okay, it also does the uppercase and lowercase. So what if we change this all? So we wrote Steph in capital letters. We'll do that. It can do a question mark at the end, because is my name really Steph? Is it asking me a question? Okay, so that's a pretty simple way to start off there. All right, now just keep scrolling and scrolling. So now we're going to make it a little interesting. So we're going to get rid of this question mark. And what we're going to do is I want an icon. I want a picture. Okay, so this microbit comes with a 5x5 grid. Okay, and with that, each different light, or LED, which is light emitting diode, okay, allows us to kind of light up each one. It's similar how digital clocks work. Okay, so what we can do is we can show an icon right here. So just above show string, and I can click that, I can drag it. Now you can see that I can put it on top or on the bottom. We want to put it on the bottom because just like a recipe, when we're following instructions, it reads it the first one and then the second one, and it'll do it in that specific order. So right now it's going to write the name Steph, I'm going to show the icon, which is a heart, and there's my heart. Okay, if I move the heart first, it's going to show the heart and then spell my name. Okay, when we've got it looped here forever, it doesn't really matter what the order is, but we want to make sure that the heart is on the second. And this is another variable, which means that we can change it, and it comes with these pre-made icons, which are pretty cool. You can find some. So we got a giraffe, we got Pac-Man, we got an umbrella, we got some pretty cool stuff. But we're going to do a smiley face here, so it's going to say Steph and then a smiley face because I'm always smiling, so it's a pretty good indication there. So we've got that. Now what I see here is that after I get that smiley face, it scrolls directly into Steph. What I want it to do is I want to see the smiling face forever, a little bit longer, and I want it to clear the screen before it starts over again. So what we need to do is we need to actually still go back into our blocks. We're going to go back into basics. We're going to go pause. We're going to grab this block and bring it up here. So it's going to show the string, show the icon, and then it's going to pause. Now, ms means millisecond, so what we can do is this is another variable we can change, and so this is the number of seconds in milliseconds. So if we do 1 second, that's actually 1,000 milliseconds, or 2 seconds is 2,000 milliseconds. I can change that to different things here. So we're going to say 2 seconds because smiling is better the longer you do it. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to have the screen clear. So I'm in my basics box, but I don't see it a clear screen block here. So there's actually this more button up at the top, and it says clear screen. Pretty simple, and we're going to plop it in there. So now it's going to read and write my name. It's going to say Steph. It's going to show the smiley face for 2 seconds, and then it's going to clear and start my name again. And there you have it. You've just made a very simple name badge, and you've seen what it looks like on a microbit. Now, if you have a microbit at home, it's very simple to use. So what you can do here is you can change it. So you're just going to go name badge, and I'm going to write Steph. Okay, and I'm going to press download. You're going to get this download to your microbit. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to download this .hex file. And what it's going to tell you what to do here, so we connect our microbit to our computer, we move our hex file to the microbit. I'm going to go to my downloads file here, I'm going to open it in Finder. So this is just me on a Mac. If you're using a Windows computer, okay, you're just going to look for your downloads file or wherever it's downloaded something from the internet, and you can see that it's got my file right here, so it's name badge Steph, so exactly what it tells us right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my microbit, and you should see it pop up. So now you've got my microbit here in my Finder. If you're working on a Windows computer, it's probably in your My Computer or it's on your desktop. Just like you would plug in a USB stick, it's going to be the same idea. That's what it basically is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that, we're going to click and drag. So we've picked it up, we're going to drop it into the microbit over here. Your microbit's going to flash, and then it's going to say copying to microbit, doing all these crazy things. Okay, and then you'll see it going through your computer. And there you have it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steph for At Home with Destination Exploration for our very first Technology Thursday. I hope that you had fun with microbits and that you do lots of exploring, and maybe it sparked an interest to either get one for yourself or keep exploring online. Until next time, we'll see you then.